Earth Collective. I'm here to give you a wild card read straight from the hip with lots of lip. And we're not going to waste any time. We're going to do individuals for each of the signs. So you're all going to get your own read. I'm just pairing you all together for convenience sake. We're going to start with Taurus to kick things off here. And we're just going to dive right in, okay? This is for any strong Taurus placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, Mercury, Mars, Saturn, Pluto, or a prominent placement in that second house, as well as if you are Scorpio rising, that would make you a Taurus ascendant, and you'll likely find a lot of resonance with these messages, okay? So let's just see what wants to come out for Taurus. What does Taurus need to know at this time, Spirit? What does Taurus need to know at this time? What is the memo for Taurus? What is the download coming in for Taurus at this time? Whew, okay, something's falling right in your lap there. I'm going to go ahead and look at this right off the bat. Let's see what we got. We got the Judgment to the Eight of Swords, all right, to the World, all right, to the Emperor, to the Four of Wands, okay? So I feel like, you know, something's stuck. It just is what it is. The judgment's been made in this situation. Something's come to a close. And I feel like you've made a choice here, okay, about your home situation, what you're aligned with, who you want to build with, and who's for you, all right? And you're standing on it, okay? I feel like you did struggle for a little bit, though. I think there was a point where you were really feeling pulled in two different directions. You were trying to make up your mind. But I feel like you knew in the end the best thing to do was to just bring a karmic cycle to a close. You could have been ending a cycle with an Aquarius. You could have been ending a cycle with a Scorpio, a Taurus, okay? Like yourself, I feel like it was a very significant closure for you. You could have also been closing the cycle with a Leo, all right? It's also possible that a Libra could have been in the mainframe as well with Judgment there. But I feel like despite how much you may have like gone over this over and over again, tried to see a different way around it, I feel like you made up your mind and you're like, that's it. It's a done deal. I'm closing the book on that. I'm going to go for the transformation. I'm ready to head into my new chapter. I know who I'm aligned with, okay? And there's some kind of, you know, building a new way forward here. I feel like you're really strong in your energy, Taurus, with the Emperor coming out here. There could have been an Aries involved in this situation as well, okay? And there's some kind of new beginning on the horizon. I think it's really going to be popping off in the spring for you. So wise judgment, wise judgment. You came to the right conclusion, you know. Maybe you had a hard time like expressing this, like actually vocalizing your final decision in this situation. You might have struggled to find the right words, all right? But I think whatever came forward here, whatever you decided, it was the right choice. And it's going to move you in a much more positive direction, okay? I saw 4:04 on the clock there, okay? So that's like an error message, you know, not found, okay? Interesting. Maybe you struggled to find the words because you couldn't even like access this person to express what you needed to express. You might have felt like there were some things that you still had to say. You may feel like, you know, I didn't get to communicate everything I wanted to there, but I don't know. I just heard sometimes things are better left unsaid. I don't know. There's something to this. Okay, Taurus, so let's see. What does Taurus need to know, Spirit? What does Taurus need to know, Spirit? What does Taurus need to know, Spirit? All right. Yeah, the Hangman, okay? Like I said, I think you hung around for a long time trying to make up your mind. There could have been a Pisces in this situation. But I feel like you decided, that's it. You know, I've waited around at the crossroads long enough. I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm ready to move forward. I think you had to get a different look at something, and there was something you needed to process, and you had to hang out there for a while just so you could get a different perspective. But whatever conclusion you reached, it was the right one. I feel like you're moving forward, and you're just knowing that, you know, there's something better for you that is more aligned with you. And as much as you may have felt pulled in two different directions for a while, ultimately you decided that you were going to invest in what was really wanting to come together with ease. That's what I feel. I feel like there's something that just, it comes naturally. You don't have to fight so hard to bring it together. There's just like a natural alignment. And for some of you, you know, this has to do with a marriage, and you're trying to decide, you know, should I take a gamble on something that's kind of like drawn me in over here? It could have even been an ex that you were dealing with. But ultimately you decided, no, you know, I think I'm going to stick with, you know, what I got going on here at home. There's a home piece in the mainframe here. And some of you, you know, like this is the case, you know, you were trying, should I do this? Should I do that? Should I do this? Should I do that? You might have been tempted by an ex, you know, there might have been an ex that came around, or somebody who was very tempting for you in the past, you know, somebody you were attracted to, that you were interested in hooking up with. But in the end, I feel like you really thought about what has longevity, what has a real solid basis for my future. And I feel like you made the right choice in this regard, okay? And you want to go for what you can really invest in and commit to. You didn't like being in this place where, you know, I feel like you were dealing with somebody who they may have been alluring, but they couldn't make up their mind. And they might have multiple people in play. You know, I do think where you were already in a very stable situation, like in a marriage or a really committed relationship, I think that you faced a challenge, and it had something to do with, you know, juggling options, being tempted perhaps by somebody you were attracted to before coming around, or somebody you had romantic involvement with before, an ex. You know, you might have been tempted to go in another direction. I think you did stay at the crossroads for a while, like weighing this up. Should I do this? Should I do that? You know, whatever you came to a conclusion on, I feel like you stopped whatever was throwing you into this place of imbalance. And instead you decide, no, I'm going for what's solid. I'm going for what I can count on. You may be dealing with another earth sign energy like yourself, a Virgo, a Capricorn, a Taurus like you, okay? But I think that you're starting to figure out that you really need to balance this out, you know, and maybe something that was really stable got thrown out of balance by, you know, this kind of like juggling of options. You know, it could have been somebody was exploring their options, and this threw off the stability of a connection, threw off the stability of a household, but you're getting something ironed out here. Yeah, it looks like there was a big disruption for sure with the tower on the bottom of the deck here. Something came to light and it did rock the stability. And I think it has something to do with somebody exploring their options, okay? But I feel like there's a reinvestment and a desire to balance things out here. You might be trying to figure out, how do I balance this out? Now that everything's kind of out in the open and we know what we're dealing with here, something just landed on the floor there. Let's see what we got. Oh, where did it go? Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Ooh. I mean, it is your energy, okay? And this was tossed aside. So this lets me know, okay, that for a while, something took you out of your element. Something really took you out of your power, and it put you in this position where, you know, you compromised yourself a bit. Whatever you were considering, it wasn't really in alignment with what you know is true for you on a soul level, what you know is right for you on a soul level. For those of you that were in a marriage, this may have really threatened your marriage. In fact, it may have ended a marriage, right? It's possible. And it's because somebody was doing something that just truly, 10 on the clock, okay, something was not in alignment with their spirit. The direction that they were wanting to move toward was not in harmony with what's in integrity here. When you got the Hierophant in reverse, it's a firm no. It's like, this is not the right direction to go. This is not in alignment with your soul, okay? Crossing influence here. The Fool. Yep. Okay. This could have something to do with an Aquarius. It could have something to do with an Aries. It's also that desire to have something brand new, a fresh cycle, a brand new start. This could be wanting to just go off, you know, take a risk, maybe not thinking about it fully, though. I mean, this is a risk that's not in alignment with the highest good. And so it caused some kind of disruption, some kind of imbalance, okay? We need to figure out where this was coming from. It's definitely a love relationship is affected here. This is about, you know, soulmate energy coming into alignment, coming into harmony. Let me get a little bit more details to this picture here. We know that somebody was tempted by the fruit of another. That's what I heard. Tempted by the fruit of another, and it threw a committed relationship and potentially a house situation into you know, a real upheaval. Okay, there's been some kind of deception here. There's been some kind of betrayal here. There's something that was built on a faulty foundation. The cracks in the foundation were revealed. Oh, for some of you, maybe there was actually a problem within the home. Okay, there could have been some shifting in the foundation, required a move of the home. There could also be a child in the main frame in this picture, and that's also causing concern. Okay. I do feel like something's come to light here. You know, there's something you've learned. Your energy is very forward here. I mean, some of you may have found out about a love child due to somebody stepping out in a relationship. Others of you have children already. And this has been a real concern about how the children will be affected, all right? That might have been what like pulled you back and made you say, how can we bring this into balance? You didn't want to cause further disruption for the children, for those of you that have children. For others of you that don't, this could have been finding out about a child related to an affair. And this caused a lot of disruption and really threw this household out of balance, or this commitment out of balance, all right? Could have even potentially called off a wedding. Like you might have been planning on marrying someone or committing to someone, or you were already married to someone and now you're like, I don't know if this is, you know, what I really want to stick with. You might still be kind of like in this place of trying to make up your mind about this, to be honest with you, okay? With that two pentacles coming up there, you might still be like trying to weigh things out. All right, let's see. I do feel like somebody moved in such a way where it wasn't the right way to move, okay? And this caused a major disruption, a lack of trust, a sense of betrayal in this situation. One more pass. Anything else for Taurus in this regard before we do a cut of the deck? Okay. I thought here. I mean, I feel like somebody is ready to write a brand new story here, you know? They may have wanted to hold on to it. I think, you know, this could be a case where, you know, somebody took an action and then they kind of like pulled back their energy. It's like sort of like fence straddling, you know what I mean? It's like somebody took a risk. They took a risk outside of the relationship. It threatened the stability of an already committed situation. And they were heading toward their passion. Okay, there could be an air sign energy in the mix. There could be a fire sign energy in the mix. I mean, this is really like air and fire. Somebody moved forward with passion. You know, they felt very inspired to head in a new direction. They wanted a brand new story. They wanted to rewrite their story, and they wanted to rewrite it with a different character than their current partner. I got that, okay? But I feel like there's like this cold feet thing. It's like somebody wants their cake and to eat it too. It's like, well, maybe I want to go in that way, but maybe I still want my security here. And I feel like this is what caused a lot of the disruption. And maybe if there's children in the home or children in the picture, this created an additional layer of concern. Okay. Okay, any more details? And then I'm going to go ahead and do a cut of the deck and we'll get some clarifying cards on this. Pretty clear story. I think somebody is like having second thoughts about this though. Look, crossing influence. The tower is not completely down yet. It's still in this crossroads position. I feel like this is still being weighed up and somebody's of two minds. But there's somebody here that was really tempted by an ex. That's what I got, okay? Or somebody they were attracted to in the past, somebody they thought was a soulmate, Or I hate to say it, but it's coming in like somebody thought like, well, this is my twin flame. You know, they bought into that twin flame stuff. And they're starting to realize like, ooh, maybe not. You know, they're starting to realize, ooh, it was just kind of like this sexual attraction. It was just this chemistry. And maybe it made this person feel really alive. But when they actually started to go in that direction, they're like, wait a minute. They started to realize everything that was in jeopardy of being lost. It looks like this is a really established situation here, okay? Potentially living with each other, married, or marriage was put on the table. I feel like that really got threatened by this, but somebody is like, I don't know, I might be changing my mind. I did have that card, the Tower, fall on top of these two decks. So I'm going to go ahead and take these two top cards right here. You know, you could be dealing, again, you could be dealing with a Virgo, you could be dealing with a Capricorn, all right, in this situation. I mean, there is the desire for success, victory, and it could be with a Virgo, okay, because we have the Hermit here, right? So maybe something really got damaged in relation to a Virgo in this situation. You've been trying to think, how can I transform this situation? How can I get it back to where it was? Like something was really compromised here. And there's a desire to turn this around, okay? There is. There's a desire to turn this around. And you would see this as a real victory. If I can get this back, you know, on a solid footing, that would be your ideal, okay? I feel like this is sort of where you got your sights set. Somebody was tempted here, but they're having second thoughts about this now, right? Cut of the deck energy. Page of Cups. There's a lot of child references here. Yeah, I don't know. But I'm getting this very strongly. Somebody might be finding out that there is a pregnancy due to an affair in the mix here. And this really has them kind of feeling like now they're stuck. They don't know what to do about this situation. Or there are children already involved in this situation. And that might be what's really creating sort of like this turmoil, this inner turmoil about, I don't know if I should do it. You know, somebody's not wanting there to be an impact on the children, or children are impacting this situation and the ability to make a decisive decision because somebody feels really pulled in two different directions. Okay, let me go ahead and just do a pass here with the wild cards and see anything else that wants to come in here. Yeah, somebody's still in the dark about this. They still haven't made up their mind. They haven't. And they feel very burdened by this. And it may even be a secret. There may be somebody who did get pregnant and then like kept it on the down low, and maybe they decided to terminate the pregnancy. But it's sort of like a real deep, heavy secret, and they're keeping that hidden. They don't want their current partner to find out about this. I feel like this is a case where, you know, a firm decision hasn't been made. So it's sort of like somebody's riding the fence. And it's one of those things where it's like you got to get off the pot, make up your mind about what you're going to do, because there's a lot of people that are being affected in this situation, and it's causing some real issues here, okay? Yep, and there's that 8 of Spades again. Somebody is feeling really stuck here. They're really in their head. They feel powerless to make a choice. You know, somebody may be playing the victim in this situation as well, all right? But there's a need to really take off the blinders and just really look at the situation for what it is. You know, you got to look at the whole picture. You can't just look at the parts that you want to look at, the parts that are more palatable. There's been betrayal here with the 5 of Spades for sure. All right. There's been betrayal here, and somebody is aware of it. Okay. And so there's this piece here, though. If somebody wants to turn this around, whoever stepped out on the connection is wanting to make it right. They're wanting to turn this around. They're wanting to recover what was lost. And at the same time, I still feel like they get caught up in their head and they can't make a firm decision, you know? Again, it's Queen of Clubs energy. It's got like mistress energy, okay? So you know what side of this you're on. Either you got a mistress or you're playing the role of a mistress, okay? But there's something here that needs to be resolved. Because it's causing a lot of confusion and upheaval and imbalance. And it looks like, you know, children are in the mainframe too. And for those who have kids, this is creating a real issue of concern, okay? Kind of the deck energy here. 7 of spades, all right, coming to light with the 7 of diamonds in the shadow. And I think ultimately what's going to be decided here is that there's no way to move forward with this because somebody is just hell-bent on trying to keep things hidden. They're not being honest. Somebody's sneaking around, somebody's stepping out, and they're exploring options, and it's just not going to work. You know, a decisive decision needs to be made. And I think this is just imminent, and it feels sort of like you're trying to make peace with it, trying to get prepared for this big leap. Somebody is, all right? Yeah. There's no way to build. There's no way to build in this situation moving forward. I think the tower's fallen, and there's sort of this piece where it's like trying to make peace with the fact that the tower has indeed fallen, and it's time to, you know, start a brand new chapter. It's a lot, and it's a big push, especially with kids in the mainframe being a concern. But I wish you strength, and I know you'll make the right choice, okay? All right, let's go to Virgo. Virgo, oh my goodness. That's when these more brief reads are really difficult, you know, when something heavy like that comes in. Shuffling for Virgo. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, Mercury, Mars, Saturn, Pluto, prominent 6th house placement, or Pisces rising. What does Virgo need to know at this time? What does Virgo need to know at this time? What are the changes, situations, energies that are coming toward Virgo on their path? What does Virgo need to know at this time, Spirit? Okay. All right, Virgo, I feel like you're in the process of doing a lot of deep healing work. I also feel like you're doing reflecting at this time. You're trying to find your balance. I feel like you're really trying to find your emotional balance. You know, you're trying to get yourself grounded. There's something that you're really trying to kind of like clear away from yourself. You know, it's something that's felt really heavy. It might have been something that caused you to, you know, really move into this place of self-reflection and just feel out what's best for you. I do think there's some kind of happiness you're really wanting here, you're hoping for. And I do feel like there's happiness that's wanting to come in for you. I know you've been going through kind of like a difficult passage, but I feel like you're about to get to the other side of it. And there's some kind of, you know, there's some kind of blessing coming in. You know, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, but after, you know, a period of a lot of unpredictability I got, okay, because it was 23 on the clock. That's a lot of change. That's a lot of upheaval. It's also a lot of conflict. You got a real fast moving energy coming in here with the 8 of Wands. This can be like 8 days from now. There's a message that comes in that, you know, makes you go into, you know, taking action instead of just sitting, thinking about something, mulling something over. This could be 8 weeks, okay? This is a fast moving energy though. So within the next couple of months, movement's going to happen here. There might be a trip on deck. There might be messages going back and forth. 8 of Wands can be the arrows of love, okay? So this is like something moving after a time of loss, grief, sadness. There are, you know, some things that are regretted here. You know, there was something that was lost. I think you've been looking back at this. You've been trying to find a sense of healing. It was something that, you know, you really had invested a lot in. You know, you were hoping for some kind of healing or celebration here, but I think that there was some kind of loss created due to a third party here. And there's a desire to kind of like get beyond this, you know, and move forward toward love on the other side of this. And this is going to come in for you, but I still feel like you're in this place of just processing some past experiences, some old grief, some sense of emotional loss, but not much longer. Okay. I don't see you sticking in this place much longer. I think that within, you know, 2 months time tops, you're going to get moving forward. And I feel like you're going to move forward in alignment with someone else, okay? There is love here. There is love here on offer, but it has to come after you've sort of gone through this integration period, okay? We do have Queen of Wands here. Fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is also the desire for independence. This is wanting to move in a direction that you feel very impassioned by, you know? You want to feel that sense of inner strength. You also, you know, you want to move into more sense of playfulness, you know? You might be attracted to a Leo. There could be a Leo that's factoring strongly in here. I see that. Okay, a lot of Leo reference here. There could also be a Sagittarius in the main frame as well. All right. These could be people you're processing things around. This could have been, you know, somebody that you had a real strong connection with, chemistry with, passion with. I do think that, you know, whatever happened here, your fire has been awakened. All right. And there's also something here that you're a little wary of at the same time. You know, I see that with the 9 of Wands on the bottom of the deck here. You've been through a lot, all right? You've been confused. You haven't known if you should let love back in, I think, because you've been really processing a sense of loss, you know, around what you hoped would really be something fulfilling. But what you can't see right now is there is love, okay? There's some love that wants to come in for you. Again, there's a new beginning here, all right? I think first you have to kind of like get yourself ready for it, though. You can't move into something new if you're still holding on to old grief. You can't have healing. You can't have that feeling of celebration that comes from uniting with another in love until you first clear out the old energy. And I think that's really what you're focusing on right now. You're like kind of holding things back. You're putting some blocks in place so you can really get in touch with your own energy, your own emotional experience. You're wanting to find emotional balance, and you are in the process of closing an old cycle. You could be closing a cycle with a Taurus, with an Aquarius, with a Scorpio, or with a Leo. Something is coming to an end here, okay? But it's bringing a new way forward. You know, it's like this 2 wands energy. There's a new way forward after you bring this old cycle to a close. Let me do a cut of the deck here, and then we're going to pull out the wild cards. Yep, this could be in relation to an Emperor energy, Aries energy, Taurus energy. I think you're stepping up into a position of power. You're making a decision about what's right for you in your life. I do pick up this message that you're really wanting to move into your strength, into your empowerment. You could have been in a relationship where you felt like somebody was just too much in charge, you know, like you felt like you were sort of downgraded in this connection, and you're wanting to, you know, step into your own sense of, you know, strength to determine the course of your own life. There's something here about really longing to be in that place of independence, you know, wanting to feel like that fire, that passion, that engagement with your life again. This could have also involved a Pisces, okay? Whatever's going on here, you're really doing a lot of processing right now. You're not quite there yet, right? You're still trying to get a perspective here that you don't currently have. The illumination hasn't come yet. It will come. Like I said, you know, give it about 8 weeks max, all right? And then you're going to have your light bulb moment. And then you won't be hanging out here at the crossroads anymore. You'll realize I've processed this enough. I know what's true for me. I know what I need to do. And maybe there's certain things that need to be in place for you to feel that you have what you need to really move forward into that empowered, impassioned action. But I see you taking it, okay? So let's see, what does Virgo have coming in for them? I mean, it looks like you're moving forward with something. And when you move forward, you're going to move forward very quickly. So let's see, what is Virgo moving forward with? This is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, Mercury, Mars, Saturn, Pluto. You're trying to bring something together here. It's a little rough, but you got some help on the way to balance things out here. You know, where it feels gridlocked, or stuck, what you don't see now, but you'll realize later that the pauses were very helpful, okay? They're going to bring some gifts onto your path that couldn't have happened otherwise. Yeah, there's still more to discover and learn about here, all right? And when you realize this, then it's going to give you the hand that you need so you can actually make a strong play, okay? There's more to be revealed in this situation, okay? To be continued. You don't got the whole story. You may have part of it, but you don't have all of it. There's a lot more to learn here, okay? So just be open. Be open. And while you're still sitting here processing, be okay with not having the answers. I think that's a little frustrating for you. I think you want to have the answers like as of yesterday, but you know, you need to hang out here a little bit longer. There's still something to be healed. There's still something to be integrated, and there's an opportunity for self-reflection here as well. And I think that you'll have a much clearer view. Give it 8 weeks, and then whatever's had you hung up here is going to get moving, all right? Because you'll have the insight that you need. You'll have the understanding that you need. Right now, you don't have the whole picture, okay? Anytime the hangman shows up, that's a major arcana card. That's like, nope, you're on timeout right now. There's something you need to understand here. And when we're looking at that Pisces energy, we are looking at karma, okay? So there's something about a karmic cycle here and understanding the implications of that and your role in this situation and getting some kind of reflection here, you know, some reflection time so you can have illuminated what you need to understand is coming in again in crossing. Discover, learn, and play. You think you know everything about this situation, and you don't. There's a lot that you still need to learn about this situation. And when you have this piece of information, it's going to change the way you move. You're going to have a whole new vision for how you want to move forward. It was 3211 when I brought that in, okay? You're going to have a change in your whole mental view of this situation. You're going to have a whole change in consciousness about how you want to move forward. What you think is the lay of the land now is about to completely shift in front of you. But you got to give time for this to pan out. And it was 32:33 on the clock when I said that. So change is going to come. You're not going to look at things in the same way. You're not even going to want to build your future moving forward in the same way as you do right now, as you think you do right now. You think you know what would make you happy right now, but you don't because you don't have the full picture. So there's a need to give a little space before this can come into alignment. 33. I'm telling you, give it the time. Give it the time. Give it about 8 weeks, and then you'll know what you need to do. If you jump the gun and you move forward impulsively, you will really regret it. You'll regret it because there's something you don't understand here. If you move forward too impulsively, you know, you're going to be here like just fending off, you know, all the opposition, all the blocks that come on your path from trying to revive something here, okay, that is really better left alone. You're thinking that it would be so wonderful to bring this thing back together again. There's somebody that you're wanting to reconnect with. There's somebody you're wanting to reunite with here. You think that this is the end all be all. Like you're willing to take a stand for this. But this situation has codependency all over it. This isn't worth fighting for. It's not. You're going to end up disappointed. There's something you can't see here. It's like you're desiring something that'll actually be your undoing. All right. There's too much attachment here. It's unhealthy attachment. All right. And this will be illuminated for you. There's something that you're not understanding in this situation. You don't have all the pieces to this puzzle. And it's important that you give time and space for the full picture to emerge before you jump the gun. You just need to give this a little bit of a rest. I don't know if you're dealing with somebody who's really like putting the pressure on, and you have like FOMO, like you feel like if I don't jump on this now, I'm going to miss out. No. What is meant for you will never elude you, okay? It won't. There's no way that you can have what's meant for you elude you. It's either aligned with you or it's not. And if it's putting so much pressure on you to, you know, well, you better take this opportunity now or else it's going to be taken off the table, and that's not the right opportunity for you. You need a little more time. And I feel like some of this may have to do with just getting in touch with your own feelings and your own patterns of behavior too. So don't push the river, all right? Or you will regret it. Yeah. Please take your time. Queen of Diamonds in the shadow. This is about you really understanding your value. All right? This is about self-worth. This is about what you value at the end of the day and what you choose to invest in. Make wise investments, all right? You could be dealing with another earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, operating in the shadow. You could be acting out of your shadow nature because you desire something really strongly, but you're not getting a clear view at the situation, okay? And you need to get a different perspective. That's why you're being forced to hang out here at the crossroads, all right? And now all the shadow element is coming out here, so there is something you need to understand. 10 of Diamonds in the shadow, all right? There's something you're trying to make work here. You know, you think that you can bring this together. You think that if you just invest a little more time, if you invest a little more energy, maybe, you know, you can get on the same page with another person. Maybe you can build together. Maybe it can work out. But, you know, you've already been alerted here that there's nothing but disappointment heading in this direction. And there's something you need to be mindful of here. It may be a bitter pill to swallow, but it needs to be recognized. Give me some more details about this, please. Give me some more details about this for Virgo, please. Spirit. Yeah. You shouldn't defend this. You shouldn't fight for this. You don't even have fight for this anymore. You're exhausted. You're exhausted. And you give 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 to this situation. You stand up for it. You represent it. You put yourself on the line for it. And you end up disappointed every freaking time. And what's on the top of the deck there? Discover, learn, and play in reverse. There's something you don't know yet, and you need to see it. There's a little divine play at work here. If you just hold tight, okay, and you stop thinking you got it all figured out, and you got all the answers, and you know everything to do, there's going to be a little divine intervention here, all right? It's going to relieve you from this. Because I know where you're at right now. With the 9 of Clubs in reverse, you're exhausted. It's just been one thing after another. And it doesn't matter how hard you try, you know, to make something work, or how hard you try to be loyal to this thing, or how hard you try to take a stand for this. It's just like one thing after another coming at you. And it's gotten you to the point now where you feel so defensive and you're so ready, you know, for the next thing to come your way that's going to knock you down, that you're worse for the wear. There's also this piece here of you need a chance to kind of like catch your breath and recover. Like, you're battle weary, man. You are. And if you just wait, your new beginning is coming. It's going to come in the spring. Ace of Diamonds. You're going to have your fresh start. You're going to finally have the opportunity to actually invest in a direction that promises growth. And moving forward quite rapidly, actually, with that 8 of Wands energy that came in, all right? It's not the time yet. You got to wait. And you also need a little bit more healing, a little bit more integration, a little more time to catch your breath, okay? Don't let anybody push you. And certainly don't push yourself out of fear of missing out on something. Because if it's meant for you, if it's right for you, it will be there. It will be there. Okay? Don't delude yourself. If it's meant for you, if it's aligned for you, it will be there. Right? Okay? So don't push the river. This is so important right now. There's really this piece about you think you got it all figured out, and you don't. You do not. There's more changes to come. Yeah, what? You got a Casanova putting on the pressure, telling you act now or else you're going to miss the boat? Could be water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Doesn't have to be. It's definitely somebody who's coming at you, you know, saying a lot of stuff you've always wanted to hear, making a lot of promises, you know. It's in the shadow though, okay? So this is like a very manipulative energy. Water sign energy in the shadow is extremely manipulative, all right? You got to be careful of what this person's saying. Did you ever think if you just give a little more time, you know, if you just allow yourself to do what you need to do to tend to your heart, to tend to your soul, to really feel what you're feeling, sink into your experience. Don't be so quick to fix it. Have you ever spent some time just like sitting in the brokenness for a while? I know it's uncomfortable, but that's where the healing happens. Have you ever just allowed yourself the time to sit in the place of not knowing? Can you admit that to yourself? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's right. I don't know how to fix this. I don't know what I need. I don't know what the situation needs. I don't know what the right choice is. I don't know. And because I don't know and I don't feel it with every fiber of my being, I'm not going to make a choice yet. Maybe then everything will be revealed to you. You got to give the pause, the opportunity, the uncertainty, a chance to reveal the truth to you here. And then it'll become crystal clear. And you'll move forward with certainty and ready to invest in just about 8 weeks. So I wouldn't listen to anybody putting pressure on you to move something forward quickly that you're not certain of, okay? Because if you do, once again, disappointment, okay? Disappointment. Let things become a little bit clearer so you don't abandon yourself, all right? So you don't abandon yourself for what's just like, you know, a fun weekend, right? Ace of Clubs, yeah. It's hot, it's sexy, it's a turn on, you know, it's alluring, it's tempting. But at the end of the day, you're only going to end up betraying yourself. If you get pressurized into this, you would be wise to get some space from it. 6 of Spades, right? Give yourself an opportunity to get some perspective. And if this person, you know, ghosts you because you won't jump the gun, they ain't it. And it's better to know the truth and value yourself and make sure you feel right about moving forward than to just, you know, move in a state of desperation because you don't want to miss out, okay? You're not going to miss out on what's meant for you. The real deal will show up on the scene 8 weeks from now. At most. It's coming soon. So don't shoot yourself in the foot, okay? Take your time, please. You won't regret it. Right? You needed a little bit extra there, Virgo. But I couldn't cut that short, man. All right, Capricorn. All right, Capricorn. Let's see what's coming in for you. This is for any strong Capricorn placement. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, Mercury, Mars, Saturn, Pluto, or a prominent 10th house placement. What does Capricorn need to know at this time, Spirit? What does Capricorn need to know at this time? Please give Capricorn the guidance that they need at this time. What energy is coming toward them? Who's coming toward them? What do they need to be aware of at this time? Ooh, you got a brand new beginning and it is protected here. No one's going to take this away from you, all right? Divine blessings drives away evil spirits. Rules agricultural production, so that lets me know your field of dreams is just about to pop off. You got a real solid opportunity coming your way. All right, looks good. Maybe you've been dealing with some obstacles, you know, to moving forward with this thing, but not for long, okay? These obstacles are getting out of the way. It's interesting here. We have Knight of Pentacles energy. Yeah, so I feel like you've been wanting something to like move a little faster. Can I see more growth quicker? Okay, it's been a little frustrating how slow things have been going with the Knight of Pentacles. That's your energy, okay? I also feel like you've been trying to be very responsible. You've been you know, ticking off the boxes. You've been taking one step at a time. But there's also this piece of, I just need to know the right place to invest my energy, you know, before I really put myself all into it, okay? There's some kind of understanding you're trying to arrive at. It will come, right? You're going to get the knowledge you need about the best way to move forward. This is going to be undeniable. When this Ace of Pentacles shows up, you're going to know exactly what you need to do, how you need to invest your energy. And there's a lot of growth that will come from it. It will be prosperous for you, all right? And nobody's going to be able to interfere with this at all, okay? Let's get some more details. Give me some more details about this opportunity coming. Ooh, we got a Queen of Swords here, all right? It says ritual and ceremony can acquire all the treasures of heaven and earth. Okay, so maybe you've been doing a little manifestation work about this. You've been calling in this blessing. You've been calling in this new beginning. Maybe you've even been trying to manifest, you know, some financial prosperity for yourself. I feel like whatever you've been doing, it's working. You know, it may feel like it's slow in the return. Like, wait, where is it? Where is it? I did that 3 weeks ago and I don't see anything happening yet. Just give it a little time. All right, it's on its way. Whatever you did was really effective. And I also feel like, you know, this is you moving into, you know, this place of prominence too. You know, you're going to get a lot of blessings pouring in if you just stay the course and give this an opportunity to develop. Look at this. Oh my goodness. You got the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, there's your energy again. I mean, you're going to be sitting pretty. Intellectual lucidity provides consolation and compensations. Okay, so yeah, okay, you've had to wait for it. I understand. It's not easy. It's not easy to wait for the reward for the work you put in, for the efforts you put in. But you're coming into alignment with this thing. And it's going to be a big moment of success for you with the Six of Wands. You just got to give it a little more time, right? It's taking a little time to play out. But this is good because you're laying down the proper foundation for this. You're building things one step at a time. You're putting a really strong foundation in place. And it says here, longevity protects against infirmities, all right? So you're preventing future losses with the steps you're taking now. Like so often people just want to get to the success. They want to see the increase. And they forget that the success can only be as great as the foundation is strong. Okay, so there's groundwork to be done here, right? And I also feel like there's some kind of inspiration that needs to come in for you. It's going to come in and it's going to be just the thing, you know, that sort of like really allows you to make the investment you need to see the kind of growth you want to see, right? You just got to give it a little bit more time. And you don't need to worry about this. You know, if you've been worried about your finances on any level, they're secure, right? This is protected, right? I think you'll see a lot of increase and a new beginning in this regard come the spring, right? And it says here, fruition provides expansive intelligence and gives the grace of God. So yeah, you're coming into alignment with something here with the Two of Cups, all right? And this is going to feel like it's very much meant for you, all right? Some of you are going to be partnering with somebody on a business project. You're getting an opportunity that's coming your way. This thing ends up, you know, becoming more than just a business opportunity. There's a little bit of, you know, attraction there, flirtation there, romance there. This is coming into alignment with a soulmate, okay? Maybe somebody that actually will want to build with you. I do feel like it's a little bit of business with pleasure, okay? Yes, I think you're going to be really attracted to this person too. You think alike, okay? You're both very like sharp thinkers, you know, you see things the same way. There's a synergy here. It does have partnership energy. I do feel like it will become more with the Two of Cups there, all right? This could also be for those of you that are currently in committed relationships. You might be getting into a business with your partner. You know, you're deciding to start some business of your own. Maybe it starts out as like a little side hustle thing, and then it grows into something more. You really want to see success in this, you know, you're really trying to manifest, you know, some alternate source of income, another stream of income. And it starts out as just an idea, but whatever you come across here, whatever investment you make in a few weeks here, you know, it will really pay off. I see springtime is when this thing really starts to grow. All right. So let's see. Give some more information about this for Capricorn. Page of Swords. Refuge. Governs dreams and reveals mysteries hidden from mortals. Okay. So again, there's this piece here about there's something you're looking at here. You might be kind of like checking out a particular market. You may be checking out the competition. You know, you might be trying to get some ideas about the best strategy for moving forward here with the Page of Swords. I also feel like there's something you're developing here. You're keeping it quiet, keeping on the down low, you know, one step at a time. That's always a good way to go. Then you just like spring it on them once you got it ready to launch, right? Yeah, you need to protect this. You got an idea here, all right? With 7 of Wands, you should protect this, all right? Hold it close to your chest. Don't reveal your hand, man. There's something here that if you play your cards right, it's going to be your liberation. It's going to be your key to financial freedom, all right? So if you've been thinking about investing in something that's like your own creation here, your own business, you know, something you want to do independently, maybe you don't want to have to work for somebody else. Maybe you want to, you know, head your own way. Maybe you're inspired to head in a more creative direction, or you want to be an entrepreneur. I think you're going to come across just the thing you need. Just the thing you need to ace out the competition, too. We got 5 of Wands here. It says politics and ambition wins judgments. Okay? So just hold out, all right? I think it's good to kind of like look at the field that you're getting into, look at the competition, look at what they're doing, and put your own slant on it. You know, we got 3 of Cups here. Fame and renown influences commerce, voyages, and great discoveries. Okay. And again, it has this like Ace of Pentacles energy to me. It's not, but it reminds me of that. And it's also reminding me of like the cardinal cross and the directions and following, you know, following what really, you know, makes you feel impassioned, what makes you feel excited. And this will pay off. Like there's some new beginning coming for you. And whatever this is, you're going to be known for it. Like it's a wise investment, okay? And you're putting everything in place in the correct way. Just give it a little time. Like this will pan out. You know, there will be growth from this. You may be wondering, should I really invest in this direction? Yeah. Okay. Yes, but I would say, you know, keep it on the down low. There might be somebody you're partnering with on this, right? Might be a creative idea. You're bringing your forces together and it brings some inspiration for a new way to do something that's really innovative. And, you know, you kind of become known for this thing. I feel like it'll be really successful, right? So let's get some further details for Capricorn. Any further details for Capricorn regarding this? Just continue to do what you're doing. You're laying down the proper foundation, one step at a time. You'll be ready to fully make this investment come spring. All right. You'll definitely be heading in this direction. Yep. It's just, you got to wait a little bit. Okay. It's not quite ready yet. I know. It feels like it's been a while that you've been like sort of trudging to find your new way forward, but it's coming in. All right. It just needs a little time. Just give it a few weeks. Like I was saying. Okay. Queen of Spades energy here in the shadow. Okay. So there might be something that you need to cut off here. All right. Might be something you need to cut off here. It's interesting to see Queen of Spades and the Queen of Clubs, both in the shadow. And sandwiched in between is the 10 of Clubs. So there's something here about the competition that you're not aware of yet. All right. You're still in the dark about some wild card elements that you need more clarity on before you move forward in this direction, all right? Let this come to light, all right? There's something going on here. Yeah. There's something that you do need to separate yourself from to strike out on your own, all right? You may be thinking that you're going to partner with somebody on something, and you're not. You're meant to go your own way. You're meant to do your own thing. This can also be with the Queen of Spades and the Queen of Clubs coming up here. You could feel like pulled in two directions and you're not sure which direction you should go. You know, one part of you is like thinking very logically about things. You're trying to like check off all the boxes, you know, you want to do the sensible thing. And, you know, you're really stuck up here in the head. The other part of you is like, but no, I want to do what I feel passionate about. And I want to do something more creative and something that excites me. And I want to strike out on my own. And so you're kind of like getting pulled in both directions. You're not quite sure which direction to go in. At some point, you're going to have to make a choice between the two, okay? You either toe the line and do things as you've always done, or you shake it up and you strike out and you take a bold move. Like I said, you're not going to have that answer for a few more weeks, so you should just ride it out, okay? Because if you jump ahead and you're not quite certain, you're going to regret it. You're going to regret it, all right? And there will be a lot of loss that results from that, right? So whatever you're doing right now for your work, you need to stick with it for the time being. It doesn't look like it's where you're going to, you know, continue to be though. You're bored of this, all right? It doesn't really fulfill you. This ain't it for you. You don't feel alignment in this direction with the Two of Hearts in the shadow. You definitely want a new view, you know, moving forward with the Two of Clubs in the shadow. But I do feel like you just got to wait. It's not time to leave this yet, right? With the Death coming up in the light with this Ace of Spades in reverse. Hold your horses, all right? Hold your horses. A few more weeks and something's going to come into alignment here that'll make the way forward very clear. Yep. And you'll have the help and assistance you need to move forward in a way where you won't be compromised. Your foundation won't be compromised. And this could even be like some extra money coming in or an investor coming in or somebody who's partnering with you on this. And then it'll be like green light, okay? You get to pass go and, you know, there's reward from there. You know, it's steady growth. You know, something really does develop. But you're gonna, you know, shoot yourself in the foot if you push forward too fast. Give this a little bit more time to play out. I know you feel very confused. Should I go this way or that way? This way or that way? You could have strong fire sign placement in your chart. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You could have a strong air sign placement in your chart. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If you have Libra in your chart, you're definitely going to be like in this place of going, well, let me really weigh this out. If I do this, it could turn out like this. If I do this, it could turn out like that. And you know, it takes some time to kind of like weigh it out before you feel really solid moving forward, right? You just need to give this a little bit more space and then it'll turn out very well for you. I don't know why, but for you, I feel like pulling out a super awesome future card. So I'm going to do that, okay? Just to cut the deck on this one for you, okay? If Capricorn rides this out, this uncomfortable place of being in that in-between place, stuck doing work that they don't really want to be doing, that they want to break free from, wanting to move in another direction, but not quite sure, you know, what that looks like, not quite sure if they should partner with somebody, go their own way, you know, all the questions that are sort of looming over your head. If I invest in this, will it be successful? Or will I lose everything I worked so hard to build, okay? Will I lose my traction? Will I lose my hard-earned ground? I really do feel like you've been putting things in place and you're trying to avoid a loss, but you also don't want to continue to do what you're doing. I feel that very strongly, all right? And I don't think you're going to stay where you're at. I do think you're going to let it go. It's just not time yet. You got to give it a little more time. So Capricorn is wise and just sort of holds their horses, gives it a little more time. How will it turn out? For some of you, there is a love relationship connected to this. You know, you might want to push things forward a little more rapidly than they're ready to develop, okay? In that case, you know, hold out because it will also, you know, negatively impact your security. All right, we're going to do a cut of the deck here. And this is all about if you hold out. Yeah, there's something you're not aware of here, okay? You could sabotage yourself. It might be with a competitor that you're not aware of right now, okay? Just give a little time. Give a little time. Continue to suss things out. Yeah, don't be tempted. Don't be tempted, okay? Or you could put yourself in a really difficult position, but if you hold out, look, it's good to be the queen. You got the spiritual insight you need and the keen vision for moving forward. Give it a little more time.